Dun, 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 dun. Welcome on in, guys. Jeepers. Got some oil paint on my hand. Anyway, we're in the lovely studio here. I did plan, I really did, to be outside in the world today, but as life would turn out, that wasn't an option because this rain, as you can hear on the ceiling crashing down, just wasn't an option to be outside today, which is kind of a pity, but it's okay. I've got two portraits to play with today. This is one of them. Now, this is quite unique. It's different from what we normally do. This one here is oils, and so's the other one. Let me grab that one. It's the same face twice over. Same, but kind of different. And if we come close, you can just see the classic touches of what the oils typically look like. So that's fun. That's what we're working with today. And after a little bit of time on these portraits, I have more oil on my hands, but I have one acrylic painting, a painting for Greg of his dog called Max. So that's our plan. And we may be a little bit light on the audience because, well, it's my fault. I'm 5 minutes late. And I think we had just over 100 people sign up for the session we're doing today. But if you're late, more for me. So anyway, we're here. I'm going to grab my iPad and get that set up. La-da-da-dee. Here we go. It's here. Plug that into there. And that into there. Welcome on in, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. We'll have a whole mix in here. We'll have night times and daytimes and all the times in between. Here in New Zealand, it's currently a juicy 11 a.m. I've had my first morning coffee. What I like to have too. It's daddy life kind of got in the way. And now we're out here with these portraits. Fantastic. It is rain. It's going to be noisy today because, like I said, I plan to be outside, but one thing turns into another, and you end up without that option. So here we are. And Eloise, is that Eloise? Alani, sorry Alani. I'm doing great. We're gonna get our picture ready. It is a loud noise, and I can't even guarantee in any way, shape or form that it's even going to try and relinquish. I think it's going to stay strong. Pretty sure it's going to stay strong. Here we go. Get this set up here. Like this. Like this. I like that. I like this, like this. I like that. We have charge. We have charge. Now, I was also supposed to be live with you all yesterday, but I didn't go live. Sorry about that. But, I wanted to have a session privately with myself, because normally we're live like this, talking, doing, and sometimes it's nice to go back to the basics, which would just be complete silence, to understand where those differences lie. And it's good, because it reminds me that I actually prefer the collaborative format. I prefer it. There's something to it. I just have to find where the space went. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bada bada. Where did it go? I had it here. I swear I did. Hello, Chef Mike. Welcome on in. Chef Mike, I have literally lost my reference photo. These are the challenges that we have in life. Losing reference photos. Yeah, that's rain all right. That is rain. All photos. I wonder what I'll do with these things. Here we go. Got it. I know I'm in double trouble tonight. There we go. Alright, we're almost ready to start, which is pretty exciting. Now, fun fact, you can hear what I'm saying. Today, I was given a shirt to stream live in. This is I Am Hope. It's a charity here in New Zealand, and they support mental health of youth and get like things like counselling sessions and whatnot here in New Zealand. So that's pretty fun. Now, one thing I'm going to do, I don't often do this. Yeah, it's a little bit loud, Filipina, but I kind of like it. Anyway, to say thanks to the shirt that I've got for today's session, I just want to say one of my insecurities around painting. One of the mental health challenges I face being an artist and doing this as a full-time job, big one, and it seems obvious. You think that if someone's bigger, or they have more followers, or they're more famous, or their art's worth more, or whatever, that they wouldn't get hung up on individual comments. And yes, you do get a thicker skin as time goes on, that's a fact, but when comments come through on things like social media, and actually ironically, when I was painting these two portraits, I was doing this on a live maybe a month ago, and when I went to sign off, I was like, right guys, we've had some fun, and I'm packing up now, I hope you have a great day. And someone jumped in the comment section there and said, don't quit your day job. And it's just a sign-off line, but for me, I can't help it. I start thinking about it. I get hung up on it. I'm hearing it over and over in my head. I'm looking at these portraits thinking, is it really bad? And you gaslight yourself into thinking, am I crazy for thinking there's anything decent there at all? And funnily enough, it actually takes weeks and weeks and weeks of disliking a work or rejecting it to come on back to it like now and actually think, wait a minute, I like this piece. And regardless of what anyone else says, I'm a fan of it. But this takes immense amounts of time. And to think that, oh, Seb just, he's just happy-go-lucky and doesn't get hurt or hung up on things. I do. It keeps me up at night sometimes. Energy that you put out on the internet, be it negative or positive, will impact people. So definitely is a thing. Now, I'm not saying it's an existential crisis for me, but don't think for a second when I read comments sometimes it doesn't make me feel insecure. And if you're an artist, every single artist will have their own little Achilles heel or things that they think about deep into the night. Kirsten, true, but the one thing you can do if you don't like that is when you see things you like, put the right energy towards it. For example, if you see art or if you see someone having fun or doing an activity and it improves your day, let them know in the comments section, and you'll literally put more of that good out there, and you won't get rid of the bad, but you'll dilute it, and that's potent, that's powerful. And so, one thing I do in the morning, rather than just waking up and arbitrarily scrolling reels, is I'll find 3 or 4 things that I genuinely like, and I'll comment on them and tell them that I love it. Because you don't know who needs to hear that on any given day. Sorry, I missed something up there. Absolutely not. You're an amazing artist. It's absolutely the abstract type I love to have in my collection. Oh, thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. Look, when it comes to slightly abstracted or impressionist art, it's not everyone's cup of tea. But it is some people's shot of whiskey. And that's pretty special. Cheers, Belle. Right. Since we're in a nice white shirt from Iron Ho, I might put on some gloves, because we're going in deep into the archives of my oil paint. Here we go. And then we're going to swap back into acrylics. And the acrylics, like I said, we have that dog portrait to work on. So we'll do one layer on this. We might jump on the next portrait, and then we'll leap on our dog portrait. That is our plan. That is our plan, and it's a good plan. I wonder. I wonder. I'm going to lift this up so you can see what I'm dealing with here. Now, back when my painting collection was fairly infinite, I'd have this giant toolbox full of oil paints and acrylic paints and all sorts. Nowadays, it's not so jam-packed. It's more ruined brushes and leftovers. That being said, there's plenty enough here to do what we need to do. And I've got my little handy-dandy painting tool here. So one thing that typically happens a whole lot is when people will have clear outs in their studios, or when people would throw away things, they'd keep adding it to my collection. So I end up with a whole bunch of these different kinds of paint tubes, oils, acrylics, whatever, from all over the show, from different sets. And sometimes we have these sessions where we just use them all up. And yes, it is raining outside. It is indeed. There we go. Grab some yum white. It's not often in a collection like this I'd actually have leftover white. That's quite rare. Usually we're working with every other colour in the spectrum except for white. So here we go. Okay. A little bit of blue. Blue. There's enough red in this portrait. It doesn't need more of that flavour. Doesn't need more of that flavour. Probably. Let's get that shade up here. Blue. Come on. What's the other colour going to be? Green and magenta playing big roles there. We continue down that vein. Thinking about it. Cobalt blue. Cobalt's too close to cerulean. We'll hold fire on that. Purple. It's already exacerbated with the picture. Magenta. Again. Already. Yeah. We'll play into it. Apply into magenta. Go on then. There we are. Voila. Get that out of the way. We have our delightful little paint stick here. I like the plates, but sometimes these little shearing platters can be quite fun to use, especially with everything except egg tempera, because egg tempera gets quite runny, so when I spin this around it splashes everywhere. But this one here, with the thicker, more chunky bits of paint, can be quite effective. You know, there's definitely something. There is no doubt that there's definitely something I can learn about looking after your paintbrushes. It is shocking how many paintbrushes have been damaged there. Okay. Hey baby, won't you look at me? I've got that song stuck in my head. It's funny, there's a song on Eurovision, that movie by Will Ferrell, called Double Trouble, and it gets stuck in my head every time I'm doing these two portraits, because there's two of them, and therefore it's double trouble. So, kind of silly, but it is what it is. I'll put that one down there. So that way you can kind of see that? Hold your ground, hold your ground. How's that? Nope, too far. How's that? Nope. There we go. I knew we'd find that sweet spot eventually. I'm the only one in the rain right now in Hamilton is getting soaked. That's tough. You really like that one? You know, they were done side by side, and this one's probably slightly more appealing right now because the eyes are a bit more distinguished, whereas this one they blend off into the background more. Now, it might just be that this one's a late bloomer and that one had an early charge. You really got to see where they go. So anyway, I thought that would be cool, but I'm going to bump them there way too often. Woo. Someone keeps putting stands around the place and easels, and I'm just bumping into them all the time. I don't know who that would be, but anyway. If I find them, I'll have to talk to them. Here we go. How is it going, Jamie? It's going very well. And Janice. I was hoping I'd catch you today. Welcome on in. We're doing faces, Janice. She's like, oh, I thought it was a tree. I know we're in double trouble tonight. And let me just check, guys. Is there enough light going around the room? It kind of is. It wouldn't hurt to have another light. We might be able to grab one actually. Shelby, are you watching the live right now? Would we be so lucky? If Shelby's here, we might be able to convince her to bring us out a light. Maybe I'm being too hopeful. I wonder if I can bring you forward a bit more too, guys. Have you right up in here personal, like. How's that spot? Yeah, there we go. Come hang out here with me, guys. Come right up close. Let's make this personal. Usually, when we're outside, everything's so spread out and we're in a bigger environment, we're moving around a lot. But since we're indoors, let's get really personal. This is where we're at. So we're right up in here close and we're working with, I say, oil paints. What's the word for oil paint in Spanish? And so currently, for no process of any kind, we're working first off with our light blue. And then we'll move across. Just keep dancing between light blue and magenta. It's kind of the plan. And because we're doing this kind of more impressionist method for this piece, we're going to keep these dabs going on. They're kind of like a Van Gogh-ish kind of dab, with the plan of actually coating this image with thick impasto-like brush strokes. And so what will have a massive impact on a portrait like this is lighting conditions. If you have this in a room with a window that actually over the course of the day changes the way the light feels in the room, massive plus for how this work will actually activate in that space. If you have it in a controlled room, like I say a study, like say downstairs, basement or an attic, where you don't have a whole bunch of natural light changing, it'll be more controlled, but you'll kind of miss out on a trick. You want this to be in a space where the sun can actually have an impact on it and change it. Or if you are the kind of person who does kind of vie for control in your house, not that that's a bad thing. If that is your style more, then a position where actually you change what lamps go on, what lights stay on, and so you can actually appreciate the painting differently depending on what lights that you left on in the space. Hey Jamie, welcome on in. We've had a little break, which is quite nice actually, from that rain, because that was coming down with some power. Coming down with the power. There we go. So currently we've just used those purples and those greens to sort of kind of define the portrait, but to actually get in here now with the blues, it's going to add a bit more life to it. It kind of has that earthy, muddy kind of tone to it, which is okay. I don't mind it, but I do like a bit of vibrant life in the portrait. And so we're going to bring that in slowly. But because of the thickness of the textures on this piece, we can't actually force lines into it. We can only dab colour. So everything you see is actually a dab. Even these lines that look like they're carved, they're kind of like etched, dabbed in. So it's quite unique in that sense. And all we can do is just keep dabbing, because the paint can't stay on the brush long enough, because that thick, strong texture just drags it off. Yeah, blue always makes things pop. And it'll really, really activate this piece, because we see the most shades in the spectrum of blue. And so suddenly we thought we could see a portrait in the colors we saw, but once the blue starts hanging out in there, we're like, oh, actually there's this whole thing that we didn't realize existed. Kind of like going from high school to university. You suddenly realize, oh, okay, this wasn't the whole world. It's actually pretty cool. Devon, 1 a.m. Go to sleep, Devon. coming on in here, middle of the night. Well, Devon's there in South Africa. He's like, I can't, I can see Seb's got a live coming up, so I won't go to sleep. I'll just stay up all night for it. I can't miss it. He could be painting a dog or a person. Who knows? Blue's a great option to fall on. It's arguably, if you're going to use one colour, it's the best option because it actually, like I say, you can see the most colour in it. The most colour. And so, Picasso went through a blue phase, that's a fact. He got really excited about blue. We could argue why, of course we could. But more to the point, he did. And so, regardless of where his excitement stemmed from, he did get excited. And he was quite into it for a period of time. Quite into it. This, hey Seb, is that Chris Walken? No, it's a portrait, but it's of nobody. It's kind of important. Sometimes we want to actually connect with someone, understand them, and make a portrait of them, and really embellish that in different ways. And other times, we actually just want to explore and find someone in the paint itself. Funny story, actually. Jay Smith just saying tap and share. I was jumping on a few lives the other day, and I realised when you tap a bunch, it fills up that bar, and then it gets to completion. I didn't realise that was a thing. That is news to me, but pretty fun feature. I think we might even, let's give it naughty. I'm going to leap across here into the magenta. We're going to just keep dabbling this around. Be quite brash with it. It's not pure magenta because it gets that blue through it. So it gets this amazing kind of like a bright royal potency. And that's quite fun. You don't need to have pure magenta. Pure magenta actually looks the most fake. It's nice when it gets a little bit of white or blue through it. I like blue. You can use magenta, but a cerulean blue goes a long way. There's these details I want to carve in, but my brush is too spongy. So I'm having to avoid them. Like deep set cut and wrinkles where I'm like, come on, let me in there, let me play with these. And the painting's like, no. You will focus on overall picture. I used paint markers and I was amazed at how it turned out on blue. Highlighted everything. That's blue for you. It's only been around since day one. Yeah, well, East Coast Realtor, I will be honest with you. I'm typically, I'm on this end a lot of the time. And so, sometimes I jump on the other end and go, I wonder what's going on. How certain things work. I was actually trying to figure out about the donation button because I'm being told that it doesn't work in some countries. And so I was like, I wonder. And so I went on a little fossick. And normally I just hammer the screen and press like. But when I'm pushing buttons on the screen, guys, I find it hard to look at. So there's that to consider. You don't know that because you're usually, the tappy versus the tapper. Yes, I suppose so. Let's get this in here. This is the folds of the shirt. Just gonna exacerbate all of these. There we go. The rain stopped now. Maybe we just pack up and go outside. maybe that's the big play. I'm actually right beside the door. I'm just going to bring it down so the canvas meets the top there. There we go. Beautiful. That's where I want you. Perfecto. Just like that. Yeah. Magenta in the hairstyle. That's what we want it. Just partying up around there. Beautiful. Thick. Potent colour. That's what we need. Not through there. That's whitened. Just dabble. Yeah, there we go. And what's going to be interesting here too, guys, is we're going to run out of this colour. And when we run out of it, that's when we leap on the next portrait. And so there's this divergence, like a butterfly effect on the colours we're using. So it starts off in sync, but then the more paint that lands, the more different these two paintings just keep becoming. And I like that. There we go. Big, thick lugs of paint, just like that. Just like that. When you get on this eye here, oh. Come down through here, trace that area. And keep blossoming down. There we go. Potent colour, potent. That's what we're after. Yeah. Yes. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Oh, guys, I dance around so much with paints. I actually put out quite a sassy reel. Someone asked the hilarious, like, ooh, what was in his cup of coffee that day? Because I was saying, like, people always ask, I say it in a mean voice, but people do always ask, what's the better one, oils or acrylics? They can not be compared. They're completely different mediums, like for the effects that they cause. And the same with egg tempera. But I do find it when I do oils a whole lot and I go back to acrylics, I'm like, oh, these are so magical. And then I go from acrylics to egg tempera and then back to oils. Oh, they all have their own perks. And when you get back with them, you're like, I like this. I like these reasons. Let me just have a little look-see here. I'm going to try and track down I'm actually being a bit naughty. Somewhere around here. Hiding away from me. Alright guys, if you're okay with it, you like it too, champion, and hey Steve. Guys, if you're okay with it, I'm going to head inside real briefly because I need to get a light. The iPhone that I've got here is adjusting the light pretty well, but I just want to get just a bit more of a flick onto the canvas. You guys going to be okay here if I disappear for like 100 seconds? No one's going to flip? It'd be quite confusing for anyone who wanders into the room being like, where is the guy? So I'll tell you what, let me just put this one up here and you can have two pieces to look at and I'll be back, I promise. Okay. Got it. That down here. And plug that in, baby. That's what we're after. Here. There we go. There we are. I'm going to pull this train into illumination station. Oh, that. Ooh, that's a bit intense actually. Let me turn that down a wee bit. Ooh, there we go. Ooh. Yeah, every time I jump on some oils like this, on a portrait oils would be my like B1. And I always think that same meme, Who's Seen Deadpool and Wolverine? You're like, ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here. But yeah, I think that's where we want to be. Let's get this light still a bit potent. Just turn it down. Make sure it's not completely changing the colours. Fun place to be. Fun place to be. Now, question is, Now, since we are using oils, we should practice good practice, which is, this isn't a fume mask, but it's better than nothing. But I want to make sure everyone's making sure I don't even think. Yeah, I normally do have a big proper mask around somewhere, but I just can't seem to find it. So anyway, we'll get this one on regardless. It's a start. That's the important thing. I'm going to bring you right up here again. Here we go. Hello. That's where we want to have you. Hanging out right there. We'll grab up some pieces. Oh, yeah. Chad, did you hear? Did you hear that the Energizer Bunny was arrested and charged with battery? Well, I have now. So that's a good start. Gloves. Here we go. Number 1. Ooh. And number 2. Voila. Well, the good news is you got a good reaction out of Steve. Steve enjoyed your pun. Steve's a dad though, so Steve's like me. Steve enjoys a good pun. That's a fact. Let's get that in there like that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Dabble around here like that. How do we feel about being more up close and personal like this? What I really need is a set of those meta glasses so you can see through my vision as I make, so that way you can be a part of what we are making. There we go. Dabs, dabs, dabs. If someone asks what the plan is, guys, and someone's like, what's he doing? You can tell them. Dabs. The plan is dabs. Dabs is the plan. And we will dab, dab, dab until we see a face, face, face. Now the hardest thing about this too, typically with dabs, is a lot of the faces have these deep cut wrinkles. I don't like to call them wrinkles because wrinkles sounds like a bad term. It's called evidence of smiles, or not smiles, but they have these deep cut features, and to find them in the picture, sometimes you need a much finer brush to the cut lines. But instead, we're trying to find them with, very simply, lugs of paint. So essentially from up close, the entire picture looks incorrect, looks wrong, looks out of place. But from a distance, all those lugs make sense. And that's that impressionist kind of style. That's that kind of like an entropy effect. Things make no sense, but when you get close enough, it all just sort of comes together. Sean. Well, it's funny, I was yarning about this on a different stream, that the French Impressionists, they were trying to use the most cutting-edge technology to make their art. They weren't trying to use old-school methods. The Renaissance period that was a return to perfection. But the Impressionists were trying to capture the best impression of the world through creativity. So you'd have to wonder, would the French Impressionists have done Impressionism today? And I think, not all, but some of those French Impressionists would move on to using tablets and computers, and maybe even AI art. I know for a fact, old mate Salvador Dali would like himself some AI art. Absolutely he would. Now, when we talk like that though, the one thing we have to wonder is, if I'm doing this today in 2024, is this still the same Impressionist art? It may look similar, but I think the intentions behind it, the philosophy that it stands with, these are all entirely different. It's not the same. It's actually, we're opting for a more rudimentary method. If anything, if you wanted to define this in terms of philosophy to another era, you'd be talking Renaissance. Which would be like, no, really? Yeah, really, I'm telling you. Because the Renaissances, they didn't like the art of the day. And so what they did was they said, no, let's get more, let's return to perfection. Well, I think a similar thing's happening today, guys. I think we like the imperfection and the rawness and the chaos of paint and what it used to be. That's what I think. I think AI art's brilliant. Like, I think it looks incredible. And I go onto Instagram and I see it, I'm like, wow. But as humans, just like we still like to go camping, there's something in us that likes the raw, wild nature that art can have, that wants that chaos, that needs that chaos. And so I think what I try and do in a big way is return to it. I try and think, how raw can we make this? I don't want other tools. I want the brush. I want that loose, crazy little brush to make the artwork with. I want to embellish it with as much raw, authentic chaos as possible. I want you to be able to look at this and get that sensation you get. Almost the same one you'd get as if you were a caveman. Blowing berry juice on the wall of a cave. That it's an element of human expression. And in a simple way, it just says, I'm here. And through that message, it's not about me existing, but we can all simultaneously experience existence through art. Because you can see art, and if you connect with the artist, then it's just you hearing the message of someone else being here means that we can both confirm and connect to each other's existence. Man, think about that. But if there wasn't a viewer for art, then the point of art, the art would still exist without a viewer. But point of it would be to connect. And so without that viewer with a give take, you've lost a really, really important element of what's been made. Pink. We need that pink, baby. Deal me up. Listen to this. Hoo-wee. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Hand free. Let me just go like this, guys. We're gonna do something kind of wild here. Bear with me. This is really naughty. Into here, I know there's a feature here somewhere. Is it a goodie bag? Ooh, total coins. What if I put... So I can put coins in a goodie bag, and I can have set a number of winners. Ooh. Okay, that's fun. Oh wow, I didn't realize that was a thing. I can put a goodie bag up. Guys, look at us living in the modern era. So, how does a goodie bag work? Do you guys just get to have some goodies? I'll give you goodies. It's like a Halloween goodie bag. I'm into it. I'm into it big time. Big fan. Big fan. There we go. Hello. You know you're in double trouble tonight. Hey baby, when you look at me, I know I'm in double trouble tonight. Do. Charles, welcome on in. I'm going to put down these colours that I'm currently using, and we're going to navigate across this spectrum of colours. We're going to leap across into another colour. I'm unsure what that colour is going to be just yet, but I know we need something to break outside. Here we go. Hello. You going to work for me? There we go. Come. There we go. Perfect. All right, sorted out, but it's all over my hand. Oh, that's fun. So I can just keep putting them up. How does it work? Am I losing coins here? What if we, 5 winners, coins, eligibility, all viewers. There we go, got that. That's mean. I still see Monet. You will a little bit. You will a little bit. That is a sensible observation, because even though Monet wasn't big on faces, a lot of my style has similarities. And you know one wild thing that I've never ever shared, and I should, but I've been too nervous to? I'll tell you what, I'll hold it inside for now, but there's something really interesting that links me to Monet. And you'll be like, are you kidding me? That's interesting. But we'll hold fire for now. There we go. Martini's figured it out. And hello, Alex. Alex Voy from Cancun, Mexico. Good to have you in here. Let's get this on here. There we go. Thick legs of paint, just like that, and all these little nooks and crannies. And then up around this eyeball here. Juicy, juicy darling. That's what we're after. Nice. That's a bit much. Go in here. Like that. Like that. Like that. There we are. Let's get that off my hand there. Perfect. Oh, Steve, what's the news? Oh yeah, okay, let's see how this works. Treasure box will be opened. That's exciting. There we are. My son's first day of classes at university. Can't wait to hear how it goes. Yes, that's exciting. I'm sure he's going to smash it. If you're comfortable, what's he taking at university? You've told me before, Steve, but I've slipped my mind. Looks like an actor. That's exciting. Down the sides. Up the sides. Come on, baby. Deal me up. Give me more of that. That's what I want. Just like that. Bit more there. Lovely. Lovely. That's what we need. And up around there. Beautiful. Oh, that's right. I love that. There we go. Just like that. Sneak in there. Over the top there. Around there. Has anyone got any suggestions as well for the next movie that I should watch? Shelby and I have been going through a few Tom Hanks marathons, but I'll always sit down. I don't even need to hear what the movie's about to know I'm going to like a Robin Williams or a Tom Hanks movie. I watched that one, what's the one where he's a pilot and he lands the plane safely on the river? I forget. Hakeem, welcome in. Whatever that movie's called. Officer Tusk? Something. Hey baby, when you look at me, I know I'm in double trouble tonight. Yeah. Sally! Sorry, yeah, not Tusk. Sally, indeed, indeed. Hey Shelby, I was hearing a rumour, like you'll have to correct me if this is true or not, but I was hearing a rumour that there was like, someone was bringing coffee out to the studio. Was that like a thing, or was I just, like totally cool if not, but like, oh, that'd be pretty cool, you know what I mean? Hello, maple syrup. You know, maple syrup, one day I want to be so passionate about some kind of food that when I go online and I create an account, I'm like, is maple syrup available? And then they're like, no, there's actually 74 other people in this world that are as passionate about maple syrup as you are. And I'm like, you know what? Totally fine. Call me Maple Syrup 75. I'm that passionate. That's what I want. One day, maple syrup. One day. Oh well. Can't blame a man for trying. Can't blame a man for trying. I think we need another colour team. Something potent. Something fun, something strong. A bit of looksy here. Let's grab. Hey baby, when you look at me, I know double trouble tonight. Let's get this here. New glove on one hand. Not that one. Hey baby, when you look at me. There we go. Lots of that colour. Colours. Ooh, naughty. We will. Don't mind if I do. Sorry guys, just getting my next colour. It's dated. There we go. Oh, guess what I just found? Inside my Missa hands, I found brown, baby. There we go. Hello. Push that up, baby. That's what we're after. Hello. Lovely. This is going to be that dark colour that we need.
we've been mucking around in those light colours, but now we got that dark one. And the last colour I want is a bunch of this white. There we go. Let's take these gloves off. Okay, we've got our paints, fresh gloves on, baby. Here we go. On your hand. There we go. And on the hand. There we go. And here is our colours. Fun, powerful colours. There we go. Woohoo! Maple syrup, you're actually in a location where one of these originals is. And I even think, Maple syrup, that the owner of that original is currently in the chat right now as well. I think you've been filtered. Oh well, Steve, I got you. Psych is fantastic. I took some psych papers when I was at university. Really, really enjoyed them. Really enjoyed them. And I won't oust him unless he wants to be ousted, but the painting's Varanasi, and Varanasi is in Phuket, which is pretty cool. I love that painting. My parents, actually, funnily enough, we have a Varanasi print at their house, but they weren't too happy when they realised the original was no longer in New Zealand. They were quite put out, all things considered. I was like, it's all right, guys, I'll paint more. I'll paint more, but it's just quite funny. It's a baby-friendly print, Shelby. It's popping colours. The one that Cooper really liked was 700 Springs Ranch. That's where she really was gawking away. That's now in Texas. Hey baby, when you look at me, I know double trouble tonight. Trust you to say that, Steve. You're not just like a little bit biased? Maple syrup, welcome to your new position as the number 2 gifter on the stream. Maple syrup, everyone. Maple syrup may be from Phuket, but he or she has a deep onset love for the maple tree and the syrup that can be created from it. Maple syrup, everyone. Even you don't know what I'm painting? You sure? All right. Let's alter this a wee bit, team. Let's bring you up to here. Oh, interesting idea. Interesting. Let's go like this, guys. Let's actually... I know. Double trouble tonight. Down you go. Sorry, we'll have you around in just a moment, team. Don't panic, don't panic. Unless you've already started panicking, in which case, just keep going, you're all right. Here we go. Here we go, let's actually go like this. There we go. Doing some clever footwork here, team. Moving you all around a wee bit. Lifting up. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. What's my favorite color? Ooh, oh, what's my favorite color? Don't make me do this. Ultramarine blue. You raise me up to stand on stormy seas. I am strong when you are on my shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. There we go. Let's turn this light a wee bit here. There we go. Lovely. You raise me up. Let's use this up, and then we'll dive across onto the next killer. Oh nah, let's just go for it. Into that pinks. Deal me up. Woo-hoo-hoo. Hello. That's what I want. Who made such a mess? This guy did. I did. I'm the problem. There we go. That's too much. That's getting wildly excited. We're just going to lessen it down a little bit. And we're going to start shooting around here somewhere. There we go. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up. What a banger of a song. Who's writing songs like that today? Oh my god. Oh my god. More than I can be. Let's get a bit of red in there. See that? That's the red. I want that. I want that. Oh, there we go. Hello. Just like that. Come here. That's what I want. Thick, juicy paint, baby. You raise me up to stand on stormy seas, and I am strong when you are on my shoulders.
That one.
Not easy. It's not easy out there, guys. You raise me up to more than I can be, and I am strong when you are on my shoulders. We're gonna get these colours now, guys. We're gonna swap over. Method to this madness. We've had some serious fun on this one, but we're gonna let that dry for a little bit because we keep going at it. And they all just turn to custom together. All those colours. Mix and mix and mix it. But we're gonna bring up our second portrait. Which, surprise, it's the same portrait, done in a very different style. And we'll keep playing with this one. Okay, let's move you back a little bit. There we go. I think that's the position that you want to be in. Down a little bit. There we go. You raise me up to more than I can be. And I am strong when you're on my shoulders. More light. More of that light, baby. Oh, it's... The problem with this one is there's so much... The problem with this one is there's so much... There's so much texture on it that it makes it quite hard to actually shoot. Let's go. Ooh. This one here. Oh yeah. Okay, let's go like this. Sorry for being naughty here, guys, but I'm playing around with these features, getting my handle of how they all work. They're kind of fun, to be honest. Do 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 do. Da, dun, dun, da, da, da. Lots of colour. Here we go. There we go. Just embellishing it. Pink all over the show. Lovely. You raise me up to more than I can be. Here we go. Lovely. Let's bring that up around here. That's nice. Swapping over into those light blues, baby. Light blues. Oh, it's got some pop to it. That is a naughty colour. Yes. Juice me up. These are what we are after. Look at that. Get in there. Make it pop, baby. Make it pop. This is what I'm talking about, that separation factor. The two portraits will start to actually completely diverge away from each other. And I am strong when you are on my shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. And Seb's got a song stuck in his head, yeah, now. He's got a song stuck right there, yeah. He's having a hard time getting it out of his head. It probably won't happen until the vibe's over. Make it pop. Yes, this is what we're talking about, Jay. We need to make it pop. And actually, honestly, Jay, I would want to make it pop way more than it currently is. But we're a little bit cornered in that our amounts of oils that we've got kind of dice around only a few pigments. That limitation's fun because it's changing the colours we use. You're seeing more greens and reds than I'd normally use, but it also means that I can't be like, give me those potent colours and just throw them at it. It's always dancing around a bit more. Oh, look at this. I have this. This is mine. This is my cut. I have it brought to me. And I have this. This here. This here is full of coffee. And we have Shelby to thank. Thank you, Shelby.
We have the uniform because she allowed it.
Yeah. All right. I've got my thing right here, guys. I'm going to put down the... How am I going to do this? All right, pull down the mask for a moment. How do we feel about this piece? Are we... I think the bottom's quite loose and wild. We'll definitely get in there and adjust that a bit. I like the hair and the forehead. Those areas are cute. Probably need a badge with a smaller brush to get some of those details. Eyes need work, obviously, but the area around the eyes is kind of fun. I think you're on the right track. Ooh, and Dung, welcome to being the #1 gifter. All right, let me get myself sorted here. Voila. And now I'm going to try and use one of these other funky little features. I'm getting pretty good with these features, guys. I hope everyone's been quite impressed with my ability to use these features. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go, go. And I am strong. Oh my God, Seb, come on. Find a new song, son. Jeepers creepers. Do. La dee do da da da. La da da. Right down to the bottom part there. Nice. Beautiful. Poppin' blues, baby. Poppin' blues. Do you prefer Clement, Picasso, or Van Gogh? Okay, this is hard. Picasso's so well spoken, and we have an easier time understanding and agreeing with his philosophy towards art. Van Gogh is the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. It's the fact. There is no one better than Van Gogh. And that's because Van Gogh is not only an excellent painter, but his story is the embodiment of the tortured artist. And so more artists since his death have more closely aligned themselves and identified with the tortured artist mold that Van Gogh made than any other artist in history. I think every artist in a small way feels connected to Van Gogh. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. The other guy, I can pass. But the other one you want to include there that you haven't mentioned is Monet. Now, Monet is the third one I'd use to round that off, because Monet, Claude, was the master of colour. Picasso was the master of philosophy behind art. He was the master of the theory, and that's why so many people were able to connect with his artwork so well. Monet was the master of colour. And then I always feel like, and then you've got the GOAT. I don't know who's the master of form. Probably Da Vinci, actually. Da Vinci or Michelangelo. Michelangelo. Shut up, Seb. Michelangelo, master of form. Of course he is. Of course he is. G'day, Victor. Welcome on in. But your artist heroes don't always need to be these overarching legends. You know, they are fun to look at, but they're not the be-all, end-all of the world of painting. They're just part of the overall picture. And you got to remember that Van Gogh never imagined he would be this famous. He did art because he wanted to make art. There's this authentic love to every picture he made. It was the classic, if a painting's made in the forest and no one ever saw it, well, you know, the bear does its thing in the woods, and no one ever saw it, or heard the tree fall, did it actually ever get made? Well, if no one ever saw it, which was the case with Van Gogh's work, would you still make it like that? Is this what you love? And at least in the process of how he made the art and what he made, he was unapologetically addicted to that style of art. It wasn't ever construed by mass market being like, oh, you should be painting this. I want to see more flowers or birds, or I want to see you do more realism. Not for Van Gogh. His artwork's pure. It's made solely to nourish his soul. And that's a powerful, powerful message. Very, very different from a lot of other artists in that you can always look at other artists and consider the possibility that what they did, like even Picasso, that what they did was manipulated by what they felt the market would like. Well, Van Gogh never did that. He wasn't manipulated by the market because he never had one. And if anything, that made him resent the world even more. And it made him resent the world even... Oh, say resent the world, but that made him fall out of love with the world even more and maybe push him further into loving his own art form. You know? Possibly. Or maybe I'm just ranting. Could be either one. But the fun thing about art is that subjective element empowers the viewer. So for you, you know, a lot of the time we're like, oh, I don't want to buy art because I don't have taste. You develop taste and your feelings are as relevant as anyone else's. There's a real power to that. There's a power to your feelings. And you got to learn to trust them. Why would you want something in your house that someone else told you to like? Fill your house with things that you love, but understand why you love them. In the same way, if you find something you don't love, understand why you don't love it. And that understanding deepens your connection with yourself. You'll understand yourself better. You'll love yourself more. There's some types of art that I don't like. Doesn't mean I'm going to go out there and hate it, but it actually accelerates me towards art that I do. I'm like, I don't like that because of this. Usually it's abstract. I kind of feel like sometimes abstract gets passed off as pure emotion when I can see in the artwork certain patterns being run, and I'm like, it's not pure emotion though, because you're stamping these out a little bit, and I can see the similar patterns emerging. You know, they're not unique, novel emotions. You're following certain methods that you know look nice. And that factor comes into play. Doesn't mean it's not good, but it just means like, if I want to see pure emotion, I need to actually see it. Well, you make it. I want to know it was there, if that makes sense. That's my kind of style. All right, team. We've just hit 90 minutes. 90 minutes. We'll do an extra little bit until I run out of these colours, and then we'll be back on tonight in the rain. And I'll have some more colours and a proper mask, not this nonsense. Because this one's not actually cutting the mustard. We're in a well-ventilated space, guys, but for safety reasons, you should always make sure you've got the proper safety equipment on to look after yourself. Here we go. Perfect. All right, there we go. Okay, guys. Woo! Alien, welcome on in. It's a flow. Emotion's a flow of energy. This is true. This is true. I'm going to put you right there, guys, so you can see this face. Bang. Thanks, Alien. I'm going to leave the gloves on to start with, but let me bring over this one here. So this is what we've done today, team. Whew. Okay, here's face number 1, here's face number 2. You can start to see that diverging of the butterfly effect between the two. There's definite similarities, but also definite growing differences between them. This one here, that blue, is making the pop, and this one here has kind of been dominated by that sort of tanny white. Fun place to be. 2 fun pieces. Still more love needs to go in them. The limiting factor right now is the colour palette. I'm going to go buy some more colours, because one of the things that I do is I absolutely throttle paintings with colour. And these ones are becoming quite sad. That's not fair. Sad. But I want to get more of those saturated, vibrant hues into them. Hold on, I've got a little bit of a weird thing going on here. I'll just spin you around here. There we go. I'll spin you around to here. Put you there. There we go. The looseness is gorgeous. Oh, thanks, Alien. I'm glad you like it. And can I lift up the first? Yeah, of course I can. Okay, I'll lift up the first. We can have a look-see at that. I'll put it here like this, so you can see both. So you can see they share similarities. They're like kind of like twins. They're not doing the same. They're not exactly the same, but they're the same. It's kind of interesting. There we go. Voila. Oh, I'll put it like this, which is. Oh. Here we go. All right, team. Very, very fun. Very fun. I'm gonna go get cleaned up. We're gonna come on back probably later on tonight, and we'll do a similar one. But maybe with fresh paints. I can't speak for future Seb. We might even get caught up and think, let's just go completely fresh on a new canvas. Wouldn't be unlike me. And we've also got the portrait of Max to work on. I wanted to warm up first, but as I warmed up, I ran out of paint. So, interesting quandary. Do you sell your paintings, or is it just... great question, Jesse. Yes, I do. At the moment, originals are sold out. I keep maybe 3... at the moment, I think I've got two originals in my possession. So until I get a proper body of work, I don't list them on the website. But there is a link you can fill out, and I can show you my little private collection. And once these finish and things like that, if they're actually up to the standard that the other art needs to be, we might release them online or make them available. And apart from that, commissions are always open. A lot of the work, most of the work is commission based. And that makes it hard for regular viewers. Sorry guys, because what it means is that the artwork gets finished and it then gets shipped. It's never actually available. But prints are available, and prints are fun. Prints are fun. Anyway, the man who bakes. Welcome on in. Good to have you here. Guys, I have finished with my painting for today. But thank you so much for the 12,000 likes. I spent all my coins that I usually save up for the lives on what the portal thing was, which was kind of fun. But I wish I hadn't done that. I'd like to actually give them away in little animated gifts to people. But apart from that, look after yourselves, guys. Wherever you are in the world, have a great day, great night. Discount shopper, good to have you in here. And I suppose the final sign-off message is thank you, I'm Hope, for the t-shirt. And yeah, to like I said at the start, one of my insecurities. Dealing with negative feedback sometimes. Sometimes it gets you. Anyway, guys, look after yourselves. Catch you later. Bye.